Hey, don't move. Frick Olof. I'm surprised you haven't heard about me. You know, I got a bad reputation. I mean, sometimes I just go nuts, like now.
Lethal Weapon 2 is a 1989 sequel to the 1987 action hit, directed by Richard Donner, that would find high acclaim and large box office success. 2 years after the events of the first film, Los Angeles police sergeants Martin Riggs, played by Mel Gibson, and Roger Murtaugh, played by Danny Glover, have become extremely close friends. After a pursuit, criminal Hans, played by Mark Ralston, evades capture. Riggs and Murtaugh do stumble upon an illegal shipment of gold Krugerrand coins from the apartheid government of South Africa.
Go, man.
It's Krugerrand.
It's illegal. You can't import this into the country.
I believe you're right, Roger.
Murtaugh, all that damage you caused downtown is coming out of the department's budget.
Fine. Paid off in Krugerrand.
Don't make jokes, Murtaugh. Make arrests.
Riggs also finds out that Murtaugh's oldest daughter, Rianne, played by Tracy Wolf, is about to have her first acting job in a television commercial.
Everybody, listen up, listen up. Tonight at what time?
Oh, come on, Riggs.
Come on, what time?
8 o'clock.
At 8 o'clock tonight on channel
8.
8. The sergeant's beautiful daughter, Miss Rianne Murtaugh. Here she is, a picture of her. All right. She's a kid. Hey, she's going to be making her television debut in a commercial.
Riggs practically spends all of his time at Murtaugh's house, hanging out with Murtaugh's family, including his wife Trish, played by Darlene Love, and Murtaugh's son Nick and younger daughter Carrie, played by Damon Hines and Ebony Smith.
This yours?
What?
I found it in the wash.
Yeah. Thanks. I keep on losing this.
Martin still mourns the loss of his wife Vicky, who died in a car crash 4 years before.
Anyway, I remember falling down on my knees and I started shaking all over, and I remember thinking, I'm losing it. I'm just losing it. So there I was, lying on the living room floor. Lying there, and I'm seeing under the couch. And I see this gold pen. Gold pen just lying there under the couch. I've been looking for it everywhere. I've been looking for it. I haven't seen it in 2 months. There it is. She wasn't much of a housekeeper. And this voice goes off inside my head, you know, kind of like a drill instructor. I really heard it. It said, "Get up now!" I didn't feel like it, but I got up. Muscles were still working. And I drove to the hospital and identified her in the morgue and signed her out with my gold pen.
Gold pen? Hey, Trish found a gold pen in the laundry.
The family, alongside the carpenter McGee, played by Jack McGee, watch Rianne's commercial, with hilarious results.
When the time has come, and the moment is right, remember, use Ramsey's Extra condoms.
We do.
Ramsey's Extra, because caring means all the protection you can get.
Just wait and see. Cops never let up, you know. Rubbers on my desk, rubbers in the mail, rubbers in the coffee, rubbers. If you had only kept your mouth shut. Oh, you had to tell everybody. I'm going for a walk.
I'll give the boys some credit, you know, in one ear, out the rubber.
Consul General Arjun Rudd, played by Joss Auckland, and his security agent Peter Vorstedt, played by Derek O'Connor, confront their worker Hans about the loss of the Krugerrand.
I'm having some painting done. Now the important thing, Hans, is, are you all right? No bones broken?
I'm fine, thank you, Mr. Rudd.
However, we did lose over $1 million in Krugerrand.
Oh, no. I'm sorry, Mr. Rudd. It happens.
As you say, they just happen. Hey, Peter.
The two then debate how to keep the Los Angeles police off their trail. They decide to deliver a warning to Murtaugh, personally.
You're wondering about your kids, Murtaugh, huh? You wondering what we done to them, huh? You just let your imagination run riot, man. Now, this has just been a warning, right? After this, it gets bloody. Now, you tell your people to back off. Don't you go being a smart keffer. Maybe we let you live, huh? Come on, let's go.
Captain Ed Murphy, played by Steve Kahn, reassigns Riggs and Murtaugh. Wanting to give the two of them a break, Captain Murphy assigns them to keep an eye on a federal witness temporarily in protective custody of the Los Angeles Police Department.
This guy Getz is going to testify before a commission of inquiry. Drugs, laundered money, etc., etc. This is not a shit assignment.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
It is.
It isn't.
Captain, it's a shit assignment.
Shut up, the both of you.
Why us?
Because you two are the most qualified for the job. And after last night, you could use the break.
What are we supposed to do with this guy?
How the hell should I know? Take him to Disneyland.
Oh, this stinks. This stinks. This stinks.
I don't give a fuck, Riggs. That's why I don't have an ulcer. Because I know when to say I don't give a fuck. Now, here's where he's staying.
They meet the witness, the obnoxious money launderer Leo Getz, played by Joe Pesci.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's me, Leo Getz. Whatever you need, Leo Getz. You get it? I use that all the time to break the ice when I meet people. You know, it's good.
I'm Sergeant Murtaugh. This is Sergeant Riggs.
How do you do? Nice to meet you. Okay, so what do I call you guys?
Sergeant Murtaugh, Sergeant Riggs.
We're gonna be your shadow for a few days, Leo.
Okay, that's all right with me. Hey, an old-fashioned wheel gun. Ow. Okay. I just didn't see one in a long time. I didn't think anybody used those things anymore. Boy, I bet you the kid's got an automatic. How about it? You got an automatic? Yep, a Beretta. There it is.
Don't touch.
Shh.
You gotta watch how you treat me, I'm a witness for the state. Star witness. State of New York,
Soon after, they stop a killer sent to take Leo out.
This guy took an awful chance to pop all three of us like that. What did you see? Did you witness a murder or something? What was it?
No, nothing like that, honest. Okay. All I did was I laundered $500 million in drug money, okay?
$500 million?
It turns out that the would-be killer was sent by Rudd, and that Leo Getz has been scamming the drug dealers out of their money for years.
Mr. Getz got away. Our best opportunity, and he gets away. He slipped right through our fingers and into the hands of the police. What are you doing?
Oh, just checking to see if I was standing on plastic.
Leo leads Riggs and Murtaugh to a stilt house in the Hollywood Hills where the police come face to face with the South African diplomats.
My name is Arjun Rudd. I'm Minister of Diplomatic Affairs for the South African Consulate.
South Africa, Raj. The home of the Kruger Ant.
Yeah, among other things.
Yeah.
These gentlemen also work for the consulate.
Everybody take it easy. Especially you, Riggs.
Riggs? You Martin Riggs?
Yeah, the Chicago Riggses. What's your name? Pierre von Wersch. Oh, fuck, I'll just call you Adolf.
It's official.
Yeah.
They are official. Under the Diplomatic Relations Act, no diplomatic agent may be detained or arrested once his identity has been established. And we do have a serious diplomatic situation here, which I will be taking up with your State Department first thing in the morning.
Well, you got me quaking in my boots, but I'm still gonna bring you down.
My dear officer, you could not even give me a parking ticket.
Rudd invokes diplomatic immunity on behalf of himself and his associates. While leaving, Riggs meets Rudd's naive and beautiful secretary, Rika Vandenhaas, played by Patsy Kensit.
These are police officers, Miss Vandenhaas, and they were just leaving.
Despite being instructed to stay away from the case, Riggs begins harassing Rudd, and he and Murtaugh begin a friendship with the eccentric Leo, who cleans Riggs' trailer on the beach.
What is this?
What am I doing? I'm cleaning up this pigsty for you,
Hey, I like this pigsty. I like living the way I live.
Oh, come on, Riggs. Nobody has to live like this. When's the last time you did the refrigerator? The pan in the refrigerator.
There's a pan under there?
Oh, please, come on, Riggs.
Where's my phone? Where the fuck is everything?
Okay.
Where's my TV?
Okay.
What are you done with it?
It's outside. Everything is outside, okay?
Stop what you're doing.
Oh, come on. Get the dog out of here.
Hey, you go before the month.
Come on.
In the meantime, the drug dealers attempt to kill Roger by planting a bomb underneath his toilet.
But Martin.
Yeah?
Let's try to keep this quiet, okay?
Hey, sure. Hey, trust me.
He and Riggs narrowly survive the bombing. Riggs confronts Rudd and his associates again, warning them to leave town.
I'll make a deal with you, Arjun. Arjun, is that, or Aryan, or whatever the fuck your name is? I'll make a little deal with you. You fold up your tents and get the fuck out of my country, and I won't do anything to you. I'll leave you alone. Because if you stick around here, I'm gonna fuck your ass. I'm gonna send you home with your balls in a sling. You got that?
Just get out of here. Kafir lover.
Riggs approaches Rika at the grocery store and invites her over to his place for dinner.
I forgot your first name.
It's Rika.
Rika van Hagen-Dazs. Ice cream?
No, Van den Haas. It's Dutch.
Hey, that's a real pretty name. Well, either you got a rabbit at home or that's your dinner.
It's mine.
Yeah? Shop one day at a time, do you?
Good police work, officer.
Well, yeah, I get paid for that sort of thing.
Oh, there's no point shopping for the entire week.
No? Why not?
I never know what I'll be hungry for from one day to the next.
Rika informs Riggs that she despises her boss and feels that he is using diplomatic immunity to cover up criminal activity. As Riggs and Rika have sex, the drug dealers begin murdering all of the Los Angeles police officers involved in the investigation. It is up to Riggs and Murtaugh to stop the killers before they themselves are taken out.
You got a plan?
Yeah. If you drive around the front of the house, you wait for my signal. And then just go in and shoot those fuckers.
They got Leo.
Be careful.
Following the success of the first film, Warner Brothers and producers decided to make a sequel. Producer Joel Silver asked the writer of the first film, Shane Black, to write the script for the sequel in the spring of 1987, and Black agreed. The original title for the script was Play Dirty. The script would be rejected for being way too dark and graphic. The studio and director Richard Donner wanted more comedy. The final version of the script was written by Jeffrey Boehm and was much more comedic and less dark than Shane Black's version. Danny DeVito was considered for the role of Leo Getz. Gary Berghoff turned down the role. Leo's okay shtick was based on Disneyland employees giving directions to guests at Fantasyland. Originally, Leo was going to be an oily, effeminate character, but Joe Pesci didn't want to play him that way. He pitched the idea of making Leo all too eager to please. Director Richard Donner liked the idea.
Okay. So, okay, look, the guy goes, but you're blick. He's blick.
The phrase okay is referenced in the 1990 Joe Pesci film Home Alone by having the phrase OK Plumbing painted on a van driven by his character. Jack McGee ad-libbed his line about the condom commercial during rehearsals.
Hey, what's with you, Rod? She was great. She looked beautiful.
Yeah, I liked it. She made me want to go out and buy rubbers right now.
No.
The cast and crew liked it so much, they kept it in the film. Patsy Kensit described her sex scene with Mel Gibson as having been very uncomfortable to act. She said they were both married and both Catholics. Patsy Kensit said when they did the love scene, she was totally naked, but Mel Gibson had a modesty pouch. She said that Mel Gibson was a great kisser. The scene where Mel Gibson attaches cables to the stilts of a mountaintop house and pulls it down cost over $500,000 to shoot. One of the cool things about buddy cop action movies is that when you get multiple sequels, you never know which of the good guy protagonist action heroes will kill the main bad guy. Well, in this movie, spoiler alert, Danny Glover's character Murtaugh kills the main villain. It is a very memorable action movie scene.
Diplomatic community.
It's just been revoked.
I think that scene is certainly one of, if not the best kill scene of a bad guy in any 1980s action movie, but probably one of the best of any action movie from any decade. In fact, when British actor Josh Auckland passed away in the year 2023, many headlines mentioned his diplomatic immunity being revoked.
Where are they? Are they all gone? Bad guys, you get them?
Hey, they've been decaffeinated.
Michael Kamen, Eric Clapton, and David Sanborn returned to score the music for this movie, as they had in the original. The combination of David Sanborn's saxophone and Eric Clapton's guitar make the Lethal Weapon score amazing. George Harrison performed the song Cheer Down for the soundtrack, having written the song with Tom Petty and having co-produced the recording with Jeff Lynne. The original script and the original ending had Riggs dying from gunshot wounds. Director Richard Donner said that the film was shot in such a way that it could be edited with two different endings, one in which Riggs lives and one in which Riggs dies. Audiences and test screenings responded well to Riggs' survival, and this was kept, although the last shot in the film with the camera moving away from Murtaugh holding Riggs was shot for the ending in which he dies. Eric Clapton recorded a special rendition of the song Knockin' on Heaven's Door for the scene where Riggs almost dies. The song was originally going to play over Riggs' death before it was decided that his character would survive. The title of the track is Riggs is Dying. The original Bob Dylan version of the song was used in the 1973 Western action drama Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid, when a policeman played by Slim Pickens is mortally wounded. On July 7, 1989, Lethal Weapon 2 was released into theaters and grossed a total of $227.9 million on a $30 million budget. This made Lethal Weapon 2 a massive box office success. It outgrossed the first Lethal Weapon film within 3 weeks of release and made over $82 million more than the first movie in the United States, something very unusual for a sequel. It is very rare that sequels outgross the original, but Lethal Weapon 2 did. Lethal Weapon 2 was the third highest grossing film of 1989 in the United States. This movie is fantastic. I think the addition of Joe Pesci as Leo Getz was a really unique move, and it really added a totally fresh dynamic to the films.
Can I give you two guys a friendly piece of advice, okay? Don't ever go up to the drive-thru, okay? Always walk up to the counter. You know why? Okay, I'm gonna say it. Okay. They fuck you at the drive-thru, okay? They fuck you at the drive-thru. They know you're gonna be miles away before you find out you got fucked, okay? They know you're not gonna turn around and go back. So they don't care who gets fucked. Oh, Leo gets. Okay, sure. I don't give a fuck. I'm not eating this tuna, okay?
Shut up!
Patsy Kensit's character of Rika Vandenhaas does a great job as a love interest for Riggs, and I think she's pretty sexy. The film was nominated for an Academy Award for Best Sound Editing, and most critics liked the movie overall, with a split decision from Roger Ebert and Gene Siskel.
They've kept the feel and charm of the original film, including the odd couple relationship between the middle-class Glover and the street-crazy Gibson. And then they've added some effective villains, and especially the brilliant comic relief of that fast-talking little government informer played by Joe Pesci. The movie is entertaining from one end to the other.
Not for me. I had sort of a split reaction to the picture. I liked all the things happening outside of the main characters. I think Joe Pesci is absolutely wonderful. If comic roles are ever going to get Oscar nominations for supporting, at least, this I think would qualify. He's terrific. And I liked this woman, Patsy Kensit, who you didn't mention, who was the girlfriend, the love interest of Mel Gibson. I thought she was really erotic and kind of exciting, fresh face. She's a rock singer. But the two main guys bored me because they were doing a lot of this false laughter and false... I thought that the guys would be, in reality, much sharper than they were. I thought in the first film, Gibson's character was really suicidal, and that was part of his excitement, because it wasn't just a wild man, he was a wild man for a purpose. Here now, he's just sort of playing being a wild man.
If you remember, Gene, by the end of the first film, he had come back from that feeling.
I know what he's supposed to do.
He's still crazy now, but at least he's not depressed.
He wanted to kill himself, now he wants to live. I understand that.
Well, but what's wrong with that? That's a good idea, isn't it?
There's nothing wrong with it. It's just the way it's played.
The original Lethal Weapon movie is a classic. It's the one that started it all. It's a Christmas movie. I gave that one 10 stars. But to be honest, I actually think Lethal Weapon 2 is superior to the first film, and I think Lethal Weapon 2 is the best Lethal Weapon movie. This opinion is shared by many others, and I've heard people talking to me about this movie, and they'd say, oh yeah, the Lethal Weapon films, oh, the one with the South Africans, and oh, the one with the diplomatic immunity. Lethal Weapon 2 really stands out. You get so much action and so much comedy and romance and drama that by the time George Harrison starts playing and the credits roll, there's this sense of triumph, like, whoa, what a movie that was. I highly recommend the 1989 action comedy sequel, Lethal Weapon 2.